starting right now. Let's go. Orlovsky is in Vegas for Monday Night Football, so Teddy Bruschi is here. The rest of the regular Monday crew, and it begins with the 5th meeting in 5 years between the Chiefs and the Eagles. First-time teams in different conferences had ever met 5 times in 5 years. They had split the first 4, including 2 Super Bowls. Here we go. Less than a minute to play in the first quarter. Saquon Barkley.
Offensive line starts out dominating for the Philadelphia Eagles. Saquon ready to go. Eagles up.
The other side, Chiefs down 7-3. We're under 3 minutes to go in the half. Rex, this was pretty much the offense.
Yeah, absolutely. Patrick Mahomes running for his life. Why? Brucey's going to tell us later why.
Exactly. No blocking. Chiefs up 10-7. Now, this is the whole game. 13-10 Eagles, long drive, and the ball hits Kelsey in the hands. Teddy, a devastating turn of events for Kansas City.
After a long drive, too, it was 90 degrees out there on that field. The Chiefs are wearing down the Eagles defense, and they come up with a huge play. Makuba, Johnny on the spot.
Their chances to win the game fell 26% on that play. And then back the other way come the Eagles on the ensuing drive. That's a 28-yard gain on 3rd and 10, and that sets up the absolute abomination that is the brotherly shove. Hurts in for the touchdown. Eagles go up 20-10. Looks like it's going to be ball game, but Mahomes still swinging. D. Wood, he's got a man wide open, and he misses him.
A wide open. We talk about the lack of explosive play. How often do you see Pat Mahomes miss those type of plays?
Well, you wouldn't see it a minute later because this time, let it go. The same receiver, and it's a perfect throw. Thornton with the catch, 49 yards. It's a 3-point game, and so now the Eagles just need to keep doing this. How the people who run the National Football League, who are so smart, allow their marquee game to turn into this, I will never understand, but that's what it was. Eagles run out the clock 20-17, and they hand the Chiefs their 2nd loss to start this season. If you are under the age of 10, first of all, good morning, have fun in school. Second of all, this is the first time you've ever seen Kansas City 0-2. The last time it happened was 2014. Subsequently, the last time Patrick Mahomes was 2 games under 500 was his last year at Texas Tech in 2016. It is uncharted territory for Mahomes and the Chiefs.
Obviously, we've never been 0-2, but we've had times where we've dealt with challenges before and lost games. And so I think the guys that we have in this locker room, they'll go back to work with that mindset of we're going to continue to work even harder so that when we step on that field this next time, we can find a way to win in those big moments like we have at this first 2 weeks.
All right, put your feet up. We have so much to get to, and we start here with this game. There were a lot of different things you could point your finger at, but if there was one most significant, Teddy, why are the Chiefs 0-2?
The inability to block. It's simple. It's fundamental football along the offensive front. Woody knows it. I mean, I see it as a defensive player that Patrick Mahomes not having time. And during the game, this is the one where they're trying to establish something. This is a power football running set right here, daring the Philadelphia Eagles to stop them on 4th and 1, and they get absolutely overwhelmed by the defensive line, by Jordan Davis, by all of the Eagles defenders. That's where they're winning. The line of scrimmage, Patrick Mahomes he's spectacular, but you can't ask him to continually scramble around and run and be the focal point of their rushing offense also every single game.
That was the 4th and short early in the 3rd quarter from their own territory. They're trying to establish something. Instead, it turns into the field goal that's ultimately the difference in the game. And Rex, you watch this stuff through the eyes of a defensive coach. You saw something that demonstrated a blatant lack of respect on the part of Vic Fangio for the Chiefs offense.
Absolutely, and here's why. Look, in the Super Bowl, we all know he never had a blitz one time. It was a 4-man rush the entire Super Bowl, right? They had 6 sacks.
0.
Okay.
0 times.
This game, a third of the pass attempts, Vic Fangio sent blitzes. By the way, Vic Fangio never blitzes.
Right.
All right? And it just tells you right there, who's he respect? He's got no weapons. He's got no weapons. So it's the pass protection, certainly, but he's got no weapons to throw to. And so until that Rashee Rice gets off a suspension, that's the way you can anticipate preparing defenses going after Patrick Mahomes. And Until you get some type of weapons, man, this ain't the same team.
Rashee Rice suspended. Xavier Worthy still injured. We'll ask Shefty in a second when he might be back, maybe as soon as this week against the Giants. But for the moment, that leads you, D. Wood, to say what about Kansas City?
Nobody's scared of anybody over there. You talk about Vic Fangio, and the reason why he blitzed a third of the time is like, you look around, who's the guy that can hurt me? Nobody can hurt me for the Kansas City Chiefs on defense. You got, a diminished Travis Kelce. Obviously, you saw the huge drop that led to the interception. They don't really have anybody outside that you have the game plan against. It's really about number 15. Number 15 pulling the rabbit out of the hat, doing spectacular things that we've been accustomed to him seeing. But if you don't have that, the Kansas City Chiefs have nothing on offense that threatens any of these teams out here.
This is something you just can't come back from right here. I mean, the Travis Kelce drop was huge. I mean, this is after a 13-play drive. It's 90 degrees out there. They're wearing down the Eagle defense, and then all of a sudden, Makuba gets to play.
But you know what? That you talk about a 13-play drive. That's what we've been talking about with the Kansas City Chiefs, the problem. Because it is so hard to make these drives in the National Football League without any explosive plays. Okay, and then you go. That's right. You don't have time to protect. And then, obviously, you cap off a 13-play drive with a crushing interception on the goal line.
We also said all week long, will the Chiefs get their running game going? It's the second consecutive week in which Mahomes is their leading rusher. Everything does not look right here. Shefty, your biggest takeaway from this day?
The biggest thing here to me is that this game was lost in March. This game was lost when the NFL owners refused to ban the tush-push from happening. It wasn't lost yesterday. It was lost in March. And there might be a lot of games that the Eagles play that are lost in March because this play is unstoppable. It not only does the defense not know how to handle it, but even the officials don't even know how to handle it. You're seeing the Eagles linemen jump off sides every play, and nothing's called.
It's a false start.
So the officials have no idea. Defenses have no idea, and the Eagles get to do whatever they want on every single play in the tush-push. And again, I know people hate it, but they have mastered it. They have dominated the line of scrimmage.
The Chiefs are up for the challenge. You see them right there. I mean, you see the plan to stop them up front, but you can't when it's a false start. I mean, we're all looking at the ball, and all of a sudden you got two guards coming at you. Just officiate it properly. That's all. I mean, we as defenders, we love the challenge. We'll try to stop it. We can get it stopped in critical situations. But right there, two players false starting. I mean, that should be 5 yards, and they should be back on the 5 yard. Look, you can see it from the top. That is a false start. Officiate it properly.
They don't know how to officiate it. They don't know how to stop it. Nobody knows what to do about it. And that is one of the main reasons that the Eagles can't be stopped and that they're 2-0 today.
So they missed it the first time on the play on the goal line, Rex. Brady comes out of the commercial and immediately shows you that it was bad. I'm asking you as a head coach. That word is relayed to you at some point, right? So does Andy Reid not say to the refs, hey, the next time they do this, be watching for the false start? Because they do it again on the next sequence, and it's not called again.
Yeah, it almost looks like it's being taught. I mean,
that's what I'm saying.
So quite honestly, yeah, every coach in the league is going to say, look,